So we're still doing those rational expressions. Remember, that just means polynomials inside fractions. And today we're going to be adding and subtracting them. All right, and it's just done the same way we do regular fractions, except it gets a bit tricky. So anyway, first one here, let's just try a and b. We want a common denominator, 5x and 5x. We have it, so all we do is just add or subtract the tops. So we've got our common denominator, 5x, the top. What's 12 minus 2? 10. Done, except this can be simplified, all right? So here on the top we have 5 times 2, and on the bottom we have 5 times x. We can cancel factors. These are factors we're talking about. So that's a times. 5 goes into 5 once, and on the top you can think of that as 5 times 2. A 5 cancels, leaving 2. So our answer here is 2 over x. Moving on to b, this is where it gets a little harder. So it starts to get challenging here. 7 over 10 plus 2 over 5x. So we need a common denominator here. Best way to do this is to think that these denominators are getting jealous of each other. Right, so we look here, we go, here's a 10, and the 10's thinking, oh, I have a 5 inside me, but I don't have an x. I want an x too. So we give that an x, and we do it to the top and the bottom. Over here, this 5x is thinking, I have an x, but you don't. Well, he does now, but... And the 5's thinking, oh, but he's got a factor of 2 in there, and I don't have a 2 in there. All right, so we multiply the top and bottom by 2. And the next step will magically appear a common denominator on the top. So we have 7x, and on the bottom we have 10x plus 4 on top. 5x times 2 is 10x. Magic, we now have a common denominator. So let's add this now. 10x. 7x plus 4 is just 7x plus 4. Okay, they are not like terms, so they just stay like that. All right, bang, that's the answer. Well, before we move on here, you can think of these two numbers here. The least common multiple of those two is 10x. Okay, if you're reading the textbook, that might appear. So we're looking for the least common multiple of these two numbers. Even though there's algebraic terms in there, still least common multiple. So actually we're going to do 2 more. We're going to do this and 1 more. X over. So we're going to factor these. Take out a 3 here. 3x minus 5. I'm going to leave a little space here because I'm going to do that little jealousy thing. And now let's do this one as well, and we're going to factor it as well. So 2x plus 2 can factor to 2 with an x plus 1 inside. Remember, just think backwards. 2 times what gives 2x, 2 times what gives 2. And the bottom, let's factor that. X, 5, 1. We need 2 numbers that multiply to give negative 5 and add to give negative 4. We want the negative 5 then. Does that look good to you? Okay, I hope so. So here we go again. These denominators are not common, but think they're going to get jealous of each other, and they're going to acquire the factors that the other one has. So I have a 3, I have an x minus 5, but I don't have an x plus 1. I want an x plus 1 too. X plus 1. Bottom and top. This denominator is thinking, oh, I have an x minus 5 and an x minus 1. Ha ha ha. But I don't have a 3. I want a 3 as well. So multiply 3 to the bottom and the top. And the next step will magically appear a common denominator. So on the top, let's actually, oh no, take my time here. X plus 1 over 3. X minus 5 times x plus 1. Minus, and over here, 2 times 3 is 6. X plus 1 over 3. X minus 5. X plus 1. And look at that, we now have a common denominator. Next step, we can put this all over that common denominator. 3, x minus 5, x plus 1. On the top, let's multiply this out. X squared, well, it's going to all appear there. This minus this is going to go on top, but I'll expand it out and write it in one step. So x squared plus x. That's just distributive property, right? Minus, actually no, this minus, I'm not going to do this step yet, 6x plus 1. Because what happens is this minus is going to turn that into a minus as well. Just going to copy this from down here up to here. This is so cool. It's like magic, isn't it? Ready? Watch this. 1, 2, 3. And here we are, it's gone. See that? How cool was that? Here we go. X squared plus x. Now let's do this. Minus 6 times x is minus 6x. Minus 6 times plus 1 is minus 6, all over 3x minus 5, x plus 1. We usually leave the bottom factored, okay? It's just the way it's done, okay? And the top is the thing we generally mess around with. All right, now let's collect like terms here. X squared plus 1x minus 6x is minus 5x minus 6 on top. And on the bottom, 3x minus 5, x plus 1. Can the top be factored? Let's try it. Maybe. I'll come over here. I've got some space over here. I'll use this space. 3x minus 5, x plus 1. So two numbers that multiply to give 6 and add to give negative 5. That would be, x6, x1. Add to give negative 5 minus plus. Oh, look. X plus 1 cancels, leaving us with the final answer of x minus 6 over 3x minus 5. That was kind of cool. Alright, so this was a bit of a beast. It was a hard one, alright, but definitely a challenge, okay? Alright, so that took quite a few steps, that one. Alright, D, one more of these. So let's do what we did before. Factor 10x squared. Leave a little space for a little jealousy fight. And here, 2x on top. I think this one might be slightly easier even. Let's factor the bottom here, just a common factor. We can take out a 5, and we can also take out an x. Okay, and think backwards to find out what goes in here. 5x times what gives 5x squared? X. 5x times what gives 10x? Minus 2. Okay, minus there. Alright, now let's find our common denominator here. 10x squared is saying, I already have a 5. I already have an x. I don't have an x minus 2. So this one wants an x minus 2. Over here, this one's thinking, I have an x minus 2, but this has got a 2 in it as well. It's got 5 times 2. I don't have a times 2. So this one wants a times 2. Okay, and we do that to the top and the bottom. And the next step will magically appear a common denominator. X minus 2 on the bottom. 10x squared x minus 2 plus over here 4x over on the bottom 5x times 2 is 10x x minus 2. Are we done? No, I forgot something. This has got x squared, this has got 2 x's, this has only got 1, so oh no, I want one more x. So what I'm going to do is also, I'm going to change it to 2x, I forgot. So this now is 5x times 2x is 10x squared. We now have a common denominator. And 2x times 2x will give 4x squared. Now we're set. We now have a common denominator. I might be able to do this in one step. Let's see. 10x squared times x minus 2. On the top, I think we can multiply this out this time. 3x minus 6 plus 4x squared. Zap, let's bring that up there, and I'll get that in the nice polynomial order. That's so cool. All right, can the top factor here? I'm going to give it a try. 4x and x. Maybe we can factor something and cancel here. 6, 3 and 2. Okay, so 4x times 2 is 8x. X times 3 is 3x. Can that give plus 3x? No, that's not going to work. Let's try another combination. Maybe try 2 and 3. 2, 3. 4x times 3 is 12x. X times 2 is 2x. Can that give plus 3x? No, it can't. Alright, let's change these. Let's try 2x and 2x. 2x. Let's try 1 and 6. 4x times 6 is 24x. X times 1 is x. Can that give 3x? No, it can't. Okay, so the top cannot be factored. That's it. That's the final answer. Can't be factored. Leave it like that.